Hello guys, and welcome to Continuum's first Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies commentary. And today we're going to be playing Green Run, Transit, which is the storyline to Zombies, of course. Everybody should know by now. And I'm going to go through some strategy and possibly even some multiplayer strategy. But first thing that I want to note here, on the poster there you see a bus driver. Quite possibly that could be the bus driver that drives the bus around, navigates you around the towns. And you see two buses there on the poster. That is a very controversial issue. The Easter egg, if you know, the Tower of Babel. Quite possible that Tower of Babel could have more to it. Maybe with the DLC map pack, not real sure, but that would be for a later time because as of now nobody knows. So first round here, I will show you the bus routes. That's A and B bus routes. That's part of the reason people think that it's something special, but we'll have more information on that, and we'll keep looking. We've looked for several days on this now, so. First thing you want to do in this room, besides kill the first few zombies, is grab the parts. That was a mannequin that you pick up there, and you add it here to this table. This builds the turbine, which will be very important. Here's the fan. And the turbine basically opens this door to the right of you. It's very important, especially late.
A larger picture begins to resolve itself.
Good shot for him. And here's the final piece. I think all of the tables take 3 pieces to build, so it's not that difficult, but it is something that you have to do a little different, and it's kill in the first round. Wow. We'll go ahead and rebuild this barrier, and just for the sake of things, I'm just going to grab a quick revive, because a lot of people need it. I don't need it at this point. I've played zombies enough, but it is something nice to have. Now in this first room, you see you put the turbine down, but in this first room we find the most important piece to our first 10 or so rounds, and it is the part to get on top of the diner, and that's going to be the most important. Right here, there's a meteorite if you haven't done the Tower of Babel. And later videos will be out to show you that, show you all the places. And over here, the nav card next to my score, you'll see a little card. That's the nav card, and you can find it here if you don't already have one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop on the bus. There's really no need to stay here right now. Also, the piece that we picked up, it can be put on right there on the bus, but there's no need for that. There's no need for that. And also there's a B23R pistol there, costs $1,000. Not a bad weapon, but you definitely want to save your money to get the knuckles later. And we're going to talk about the knuckles in a few minutes. The zombie here won't hurt anything. Just make sure you don't get double hit. It is easy to get double hit in this game. Transit is a map and a half. You have to travel around it. It's got 5 areas, including the bus station that we just stopped at. We were just at. We are headed to the diner, but I do want to show you one thing right here. You can jump off the bus here. The bus kind of slows down for you, and you can grab an M16 if you're not comfortable with just a pistol, but I wouldn't recommend it because it is quite a bit of money, and at this point you really just want to have your money stored up. Not good. The zombie got out of here too. He's back behind. Notice he's on fire. In Transit, there's a bunch of fire in a bunch of different locations, and if the zombie hits that, he turns to fire, and then when you kill him, he explodes actually instead of just dying. So, but now you see it goes away after a while, so it's fine. Now here the bus driver says something interesting. It says it's off path, off course, something like that. That's also something to do with the Easter egg. We're not exactly sure. So here's the diner. You see right there the sign, the diner. And we're going to use the fan here to open up the shed. I call it the fan. It's the turbine. And usually there's a piece right here, but this time there's not. So we're going to pick up the turbine, if I can get it. And we're going to move on. The box is always here. This is where the box always starts, and in there you can also make a shield which I'll probably show you next game. And this is the actual diner itself, and up on top of the diner is where we're going to find what we're going to use for rounds 1 through 10. And I'm very specific with that because myself, I've used many different things through round 10, but I've found that the best thing to do is to get that item off the roof. So when you hear the horn, obviously the bus is about to move. I believe it beeps twice, and then it begins moving, so that's how you know the bus is moving. And we're just going to ride again. I know it's boring, we're in round 1, and it's been 5 minutes, but it will get interesting, do not worry. There are more videos on the way too, and we will definitely get some more solo zombies in. But for now, we'll just ride the bus. We'll note one other thing while we're riding. You see the fog out here. You can run to these areas. There's one problem, the little pesky things, aliens, what we call them, jump on you, and they really can irritate you. It takes 5 knives to get them off of you, unless you have the secret item, which we will get in a minute. What we're stopping at now, the green fog, is the farm. Kind of makes sense, green, farm. That's kind of how I relate it. So this is the area that you can get several things. There's really no reason to get off. I will show you the gate though. Right up there is the area to get your gun. You can store a gun in a fridge, and it is important to do that if you want to have a good gun early. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to board as many windows as I can because there is a thing in this game where if you board enough windows in one game, you get special boards, and they become solid boards of some sort of steel, and it takes the zombies longer to get them off. It doesn't really help much other than in the bus. If you're in the bus and are trying to keep the windows boarded, the zombies take a little longer to get through. So this is the cornfield. This is where you're going to find the Tower of Babel achievement. You're going to have to run through the corn and find your way through the maze. In fact, I believe somebody says, maybe the bus driver at one point says, you know, you'll get lost in the cornfield or something. I'm not exactly sure. But it is a tough one, because you also have the aliens jumping on your back, and I'll make sure not to build that. Alright, and the red fog, we are finally here. And notice it's still round 1. You want to do this all in round 1. Make sure you don't jump off the bus early if you don't have the ladder on the back, because there's no way back in here unless that bus moves. See? But we're going to go ahead and buy this, and we're going to move into the power room. Now, this room here looks kind of strange, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick up 3 parts. And I'm going to pick that one up last. But that one is the lever. This one over here, this is the zombie hand. And this one over here, which it should be... Okay, I guess I'm blind. Now, where is that thing? Let's see, I guess. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up the hand. Or that's the lever, actually. And notice it dropped the piece to go to the diner. That's okay, because you can just go pick it back up. And you're going to want to build it right here on the table.
Others might build similar devices,
this is where you build all of your things on tables. Let's go get the hand.
Aha, this could be transformed into
right
a
here.
Of a much larger
That's just
project.
a zombie hand. I'm not real sure why they put a zombie hand over here, but it's all needed to build the power.
Will aid all mankind. Oh, me, primarily,
and now,
all mankind.
do a little work to find the... Oh, there it is, right here. Man, I wish I would have seen that earlier.
larger picture begins to resolve itself.
Alright, so now we're going to build the power, and I believe this is where we're going to stop the first video, but I would like you to join me on the second video, because we will begin right from here, so don't leave, join back, and I will show you how to begin your Call of Duty journeys on Transit.